Welcome back to the Committee on Ben. We've been talking entertainment, but also sports betting. On Saturday night, welterweight boxers Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao squared off in a ring in Las Vegas. The betting likely ran into the hundreds of millions of dollars, but that betting was only legal in Nevada. Now, New Jersey is contemplating making sports betting legal. Should it be? Would that mean more jobs? Or a greater number of families and lives ruined by more readily available gambling? Now, Anthony, I know you come from a country where sports betting is legal. They actually bet on elections. What do you think about that?
Well, it's a delicate question. If you're thinking about legalizing an illegal activity, you have to think about how harmful is it. I mean, supposing it's an addictive or habit-forming thing, the end of prohibition, for instance, or legalizing marijuana, you have to decide, on the one hand, it takes the business out of the hands of the mob. Another plus is it goes into the hands of the government and thereby benefits all of us unless you happen to live in a kleptocracy. And so you have to decide how, basically, it sounds rather cold-blooded, how harmful the addiction is. You know, at the end of Prohibition, there was vastly more alcoholism. On the other hand, I'm sure there's vastly more pot smoking in California now. But how harmful is that compared with the plus? And I think I'm for it. On the other hand, I would not support legalizing crack cocaine or angel dust, you know. I think these are the questions.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Avram, this is also part spectacle too, like any other entertainment venue. How did you feel about the promotion for this type of activity, and was it successful?
Well, the fight was it was very hyped up, and I'm sure there was a lot of money changing hands. I saw some, actually. But you could treat it like cigarette smoking. You treat gambling like cigarette smoking and inhibit it. Don't allow it to be promoted. Don't allow it to be advertised. Give it a social stigma so that at least you're not encouraging it, or you're discouraging it somehow.
Are we considering it definitely a vice, or could it also be a form of amusement? I want to ask you both. What do you think?
Well, it's a disease, I suppose. This is semantic, though, isn't it? I think most crime is a disease, personally, as a matter of fact. But I agree totally. Yeah, no, limit the advertising. As with alcohol in Britain, as a matter of fact, I think there's very little alcohol promotion on TV, for instance. You do what you can to inhibit people, but if people are on some people just want to go and hit the wall with their head, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I play a friendly game of poker once in a while, and that's not too expensive. It's a form of entertainment. So that's, you get a thrill when you win a bet. That is it's entertainment. So the idea is, how do people not get hurt by that? Can they lose their house? Can they lose everything, all their life savings? And that happens. So if you can inhibit that and prevent that, then it's okay.
I guess you could make a point that you've been gambling when it comes to movies anyway, so.
Well, I do suspect those people are already gambling, by the way.
No.
I don't think they've been keeping themselves for it to be legalized.
I want to thank my guests for joining us, and thank you for watching BEN, where jobs come first.